365 days. That is 1 year. 52 weeks. 8,760 hours. In 1 year, you can learn a new language. You can build a business. You can grow something from a seed into something tall enough to cast a shadow. But there is something else you can do in 1 year. Something that most people do.
Not the kind of change you choose. Not growth. Not healing. Not becoming stronger. The kind of change that is done to you. Quietly. Methodically. While you are busy loving someone. And the most haunting question is not what they did. The most haunting question is, how much of who you are right now, your doubts, your fears, your way of seeing yourself, was put there by someone else. This is that story, day by day. Promise. Before we begin, I want to tell you what this video is. This is not a video about monsters. It is not a video about obvious villains or dramatic abuse that anyone could spot from across the room. This is a video about the ordinary days, the Tuesday mornings, the quiet Sunday evenings, the small forgettable moments that turned out not to be forgettable at all, because that is where the real story lives.
Not in the big fights. Not in the moments that everyone agrees were wrong. In the everyday. In the slow accumulation of small things that, taken one at a time, seem like nothing, and taken together, become everything. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how 365 days with the wrong person can leave you someone different. And if any part of what you hear sounds familiar, if something in you recognizes this map, then you will understand something about yourself that may have taken years to name. Before day 1. Every story has a before. Before day 1, there was a person. Maybe that person was you. They had a life, friends they loved, opinions they trusted, a voice inside them that knew things, that recognized when something felt off, when someone felt safe, when a situation felt wrong. That inner voice is not glamorous. It does not announce itself. It is just the quiet hum of a person who knows themselves, who has enough connection to their own experience to say, "This feels right," or "Something here is not adding up." Most of us have this voice. We just do not think about it until we realize it has gone quiet. Before day 1, the person in our story had it, fully intact. They also had, like most people, a need. The need to be truly seen, truly known, truly chosen. Not a weakness, a humanity. But it mattered, because it was the exact love bombing. It is a total flood of positive attention. Compliments that feel personal and specific. Not generic flattery, but the kind that makes you feel like this person has truly studied you and found you remarkable. Messages at unexpected moments. Plans made with care. Stories told with unusual vulnerability and trust. It is neurologically real. The brain, flooded with dopamine and the warmth of consistent attention, has begun forming an attachment pattern, one that will become, over the coming months, the single most important organizing principle of the person's inner life. The golden world of those first 30 days is not entirely a lie, is what makes it so complicated. Some of the warmth is real. Some of the connection is genuine. A narcissist is not performing everything all the time. The golden world of those first 30 days is not entirely a lie. That is what makes it so complicated. Some of the warmth is real. Some of the connection is genuine. A narcissist is not performing everything all the time. The moment that need is satisfied, the moment the attachment is secure, something begins to shift. Stage 2, days 30 to 90, the first shadows. The change is subtle enough that most people miss it completely the first time. Around day 35, something is slightly different.
A message takes longer to arrive than it used to. A plan is canceled with an explanation that feels thin. A compliment that used to come freely doesn't come at all. The person in the relationship notices. Of course they notice, but they file it under everyone has off days. And they are right, everyone does. The problem is what happens next, because a few days later, the warmth returns, fully, completely, as if nothing happened.
And the relief of that return is enormous. Bigger than it should be, maybe. But enormous. The brain does not just register the warmth. It registers the contrast. The distance followed by the closeness. The cold followed by the warm. And it begins, without any conscious instruction, to associate the warmth with something earned. I must have done something right. I must have been patient enough. I must have said the right thing.
This is the beginning of the psychological shift.
By day 60, the seeds of something else have been planted. The comments about friends begin. Quiet ones. Concerned ones. I just wonder sometimes if she really appreciates you. He seems like he enjoys putting you down in a subtle way. Have you ever noticed that? And the thing is, these observations are not always entirely wrong. Sometimes they are half true. And half true is the most dangerous kind of manipulation, because it gets past your defenses. You think about what they said. You watch your friend differently. And when your friend does something imperfect, as all friends do, you see it through a new lens. A lens that was given to you. By day 90, there are new cracks in old relationships. Cracks that were not there before. And the only relationship that has grown stronger, the one with the person who has been pointing out all the others. Stage 3, days 90 to 180, the mechanism revealed. This is where the architecture becomes visible. If we could step outside the relationship and look at what has been built so far, we would see a structure. Not built with walls, built with patterns. Here is the pattern. Warmth, distance, warmth. Approval, withdrawal, approval. You are everything. You have disappointed me. You are everything again. Psychologists call it intermittent reinforcement. And it is, in the clinical literature, one of the most powerful bonding mechanisms known in human psychology. Here is why. When a reward, love, attention, warmth, comes consistently, the brain adapts to it. It becomes expected, normal, background, like the hum of an air conditioner that you stop hearing after a while. But when the same reward comes inconsistently, sometimes unpredictably, with no clear rule, the brain cannot adapt. It stays alert,
it stays searching. It becomes, in a very real sense, addicted. Not addicted to the person exactly, addicted to the resolution, to the return of the warmth after the cold, to the moment of being chosen again after feeling discarded. And here is the part that is almost impossible to explain to someone who has not lived it. That moment of return feels better than it would have felt in a stable, consistent relationship, because the contrast amplifies it. The relief is enormous. The gratitude is real. The sense of having been brought back, of being let back in, creates a bond that feels profound. That bond is not weakness. It is neuroscience. But it is also, by day 180, the primary reason a person stays. Midpoint reveal, day 182. Halfway through the year. If you could see this person on day 182 and compare them, side by side, to who they were before day 1, you would notice something. They apologize more. For things that are not their fault. They explain themselves more. Even in situations where no explanation should be necessary. They are quieter in social situations. More watchful. More careful about what they say and how they say it. People who knew them before sometimes say things like, "You seem different. You seem tired. You don't seem like yourself lately." And the person smiles and says they are fine. Not because they are lying, but because they genuinely cannot see it from the inside. Truth realization. Days 340 to 365. And then there is a moment. It is rarely dramatic. It does not usually arrive in the middle of a fight. It comes in quiet, in an ordinary moment, while doing something completely mundane. Washing dishes, sitting in a car, lying awake at 3 in the morning. And in that moment, something surfaces. Not a thought exactly, more like a recognition. I do not remember the last time I felt like myself. Reflection ending. Day 366. 1 day past the year. 1 day past the question in the title. Here is what I want you to know about that day. The damage from a narcissistic relationship is real. It is documented. It is measurable in cortisol levels and sleep patterns. And the particular way the nervous system responds to conflict long after the relationship has ended. The anxiety that lingers. The flinching at raised voices. The need to apologize for things that are not your fault. The strange difficulty in believing that the people who treat you well now are telling the truth. These are not character flaws. These are the imprints left by a particular kind of long-term experience. And they fade. Not all at once. Not on a schedule. Not in the clean, linear way we wish healing would work. But they fade. Subscribe if you want to keep going deeper into these conversations. We make these videos with care for you. Because the people who find them usually need them. And we will be here.